ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Dirt Sheet Radio post-show rewind for NXT for January the 16th, 2024. I am Tyler, the pro wrestling hipster, at PW Hipster over on Instagram, Twitter, Threads, the Pro Wrestling Hipster over on Facebook. Gentlemen, let's go ahead and introduce ourselves and hop right into tonight's main event.
Ooh, no sponsorship, no advertisements. What's up, guys? I'm Soup. You know what I'm saying? Coming at y'all. Hey, check this out. I was out last week. You know, had a little illness going around. Hopefully that's the end of it because we've been on a string of sickness in the Dirt Sheet Radio community. So I'm back. I'm ready to review NXT. Came back to a good show, and I'm ready to talk about it.
Call me Bad News Barrett because I'm afraid I've got some bad news. If you were hoping that this illness was going to go away, unfortunately, it seems to have found its way to me.
I knew it. I told you, Tyler.
I thought you were sick a few weeks ago.
I know. I don't know if it was something I ate at work earlier, but
you got the
my
stomach's
kind of been tossing and turning for a while.
Yeah.
CJ Carter, at CJ Carter 22 on Twitter. What an NXT.
Yeah, this was a pretty fantastic show. I agree. It was a great show tonight.
Shout out Andre.
Quick paced, flow as well. The backstage segments were all good as far as I'm concerned. But guys, let's hop into tonight's main event. We have the 20-woman Battle Royal for the number one contender for the NXT Women's Championship. And this Battle Royal, when it got down to the final four women, it would become a fatal four-way. Gotta say, love the premise of the match. Nice spin on the Battle Royal. Good time, a little bit different. Gentlemen, what did you think of the outcome? This was taken by one Roxanne Perez.
It's weird because
Kalani Jordan got robbed.
Go ahead. I'm about to say, CJ. Sorry, I know you came in saying no. I'm about to say I know you came in saying it. I was going to say the same thing.
I'm still red hot, and I want to get this out before it starts to simmer anymore.
I'm probably not on the same.
Boil over, CJ.
Exactly. I'm about to say I don't know if it's necessarily like robbed, but you can stake your claim. But it was weird how they focused a lot on her tonight. Not weird, but it was. I noticed. You know what I'm saying? They focused on her a lot tonight, giving her a backstage segment. And she got the Coffey spot, aka the Naomi spot. Which it's time to wrap those up, you know what I'm saying? Because we don't want an actual Kofi mess up on those spots. But Kaylani Jordan actually did a great job of getting the crowd into it. I would have liked for her to win this, you know what I'm saying? Give her something to do. I feel like she's in line for a push, but apparently she got robbed, man.
She absolutely did get robbed. I mean, she did get that massive spot of staving off elimination, not once but twice in a row, and then to get kind of pushed back into the final five just in time for the final elimination to make it the final four, to slide back into the ring. I thought they were telegraphing so hard that Kalani Jordan was going to come back and win this. And I wasn't expecting to be as pissed off for WWE not capitalizing on that. Like, she got a good swell of support from the WWE out there. And for them to say, no, we're going to go with Roxanne Perez, you had such a natural opportunity to make a star out of Kalani Jordan. And especially considering the year she had in 2023, I was really hoping that they were going to capitalize and allow her to continue to grow in 2024. But no, they cut themselves off at the knee, and I hate Shawn Michaels so much right now, but this anger will pass. And I'm sure Roxanne Perez is going to knock it out of the park. Don't you badmouth me to HBK right now.
I wasn't.
I was
yes. HBK is right in front of you.
You were about to bury me so hard. But no,
dude, he'll CJ right now, bro.
This is the turn. I've got faith that if I let this play out, it will make sense in the long term. But short term, let me just be angry because I need something to rage at.
Let the man be angry.
Yeah, I mean,
Let the man be
I
angry.
honestly, I did not see Roxanne Perez winning this. I don't know if I would have put Roxanne Perez in my top 4 women to potentially win this.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
I would have.
They were building her up.
Fallon
not.
Henley, I would have thought Lash
Yeah.
Legend would have won before Roxanne.
I would have said Lash Legend too.
Going into this,
Lash Legend should have at least made the Final 4.
Yeah, I was shocked when she
Final
went
Four.
out. I was shocked when she went out the way she did. I thought for sure she was going to be in the Final 4.
Yeah. Yeah, me too, man. But
And I'm not balking at the Final 4 that we got at any rate
no.
either.
Exactly. And I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just another proof. Every week after week say the same thing. I think they do have the best women's division in wrestling right now. And you even see it from the beginning. When the match starts, you already have so many gimmicks and personalities that they do a good job of making them stand out and not just being generic, pretty attractive women. You know what I'm saying? Like athletes. You know, everybody has their own character, everybody has their own swag about them, to where you can pick them out throughout the crowd. There's 20 people in there, but I can still individually pick them out, and nobody's like a hodgepodge of the same character. So I think that's pretty cool.
Exactly,
you know?
I agree with that, man. Like
when you have a Gigi Dolan, you see a Lash Legend, and when you see this person, you see that. You know, it's just, I think it's great.
There's not a lot of crossover in characterization. Like they are all fairly unique characters, which is really impressive considering how deep the women's roster in NXT is. That they can have that many people in that roster and have them all be so varied and so different and so unique. And like Subi was saying, like everybody has something that makes them stand out. It's brilliant.
So look me again in the eye and tell me that they don't need a singles secondary title in NXT's women's division. Go ahead, Tyler.
Okay.
I just don't understand how they would execute. How would you execute a secondary title for? I don't know how you would do it unless it's
the
like
same way you execute the North American title.
Bro, heel CJ's going off, man.
Like, evil CJ.
No, this is not a heel CJ rant. I have done the 180 to a heel turn. Guess what, guys? We're coming all the way around back to face. No, it is nothing like it is. in the same sentence. No, I just want to see parity. Like, if the men can pull it off, the women should be able to. We talk about how strong this women's division is, and week after week there is showcases to justify a secondary women's title. It's just a North American equivalent.
Okay. So I will say this. As you guys know, I'm an advocate for not having too many titles. Actually working on a piece about how many titles there are in both companies right now. However, that being said, I'm not someone who wants a lot of titles. I actually think titles could be cut in all companies right now. I do agree that the women's roster in NXT is deep enough that it could absolutely support a secondary title. I like the idea of a women's television title. I think we said this a couple weeks ago, but when they go to the CW network, I think that would be the most opportune time to launch a new title. It could be the CW Championship. I'm sure the network would like that sort of tie-in. I would assume the network would like that sort of tie-in.
Absolutely.
But that would be cool. Go ahead, bro.
CJ, I think they should do it. I'm with you. I don't know if it's something they've even given thought to, but I think it would be a good idea just because it would just give them something more to fight over. And they try it. They do. Sorry, man, go ahead, Stu.
Can I say two things real quick? First of all, yes, Caesar, you're right. The NXT CW Championship sounds good, Tyler. That sounds great. The first thing I was going to say is you don't want the AEW fanboys to be, well, Tony Khan did the TNT title for, oh my God, TBS. You don't want that, but whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, fucking girl. It's internet.
Internet, you're going to get that anyways.
And two, right? What are you going to say?
He said you're going to get that anyway.
It's the internet, you're going to get it anyway.
Hey, man.
It's wrestling, it's the internet. Woo.
And number two, I was going to say, if you do want to give a secondary title to the women, maybe not label it as a women's title, but maybe an open weight title or something like to where it's obviously made for, secondary. So that way it's not redundant, because my only issue with kind of like having two titles in the women's division is just to kind of, how do you distinguish it? But then again, how the fuck do you distinguish the international title from the content? It's just, it's a very what's it called, noble idea, and it's gonna take a lot of trust to I guess execute it. So
Well, and I mean, it's the same argument of how do you distinguish between the AEW Women's World Title and the
the
TBS
TBS
title?
title, you're right.
That
You're right.
is
You're right.
Yeah, so there is obviously the distinction of women's world title in that example.
Right.
And if NXT wanted to do that sort of thing, just rename the women's title they have the Women's World Championship and establish the NXT CW Championship, then we'll see what they do when they jump to the CW.
And you just see how
But
shackled I am
yes,
by just old
obviously,
wrestling customs of women one title. I'm just shackled, bro. So I just need to break out. You're right, bro. Like I need to break out of that. You know what I mean? But yeah,
it's minds like that took away the women's tag team titles.
Mm-hmm. You're absolutely
still bitter
right.
about that. Still like terrible idea.
Mhm.
Still do not understand why they did that. But gentlemen, anything else on tonight's main event?
Good main event.
Kalani Jordan deserved it.
There you go.
Fair enough. All right,
That's it.
we will hop back around to the front of the show here. Tonight's episode opened with Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes making their entrance to take on Edris, Enofe, and Malik Blade in the first round for the Dusty Classic. Fantastic match. So Trick and Melo picked up the win here in 12 minutes and 12 seconds. Great pace, hard hitting, great action. I really dug the way they kind of flipped between Melo and Trick's music on the way to the ring.
Yeah.
I dug the audience reaction to that.
Yeah, that was cool. I could have done a little bit with less of Booker T's reaction to that.
Oh God, I could do
I
less.
love it. Come on, Booker T is great. That's one of the best things about Trick's entrance, bro.
I mean, the support that it swelled for Trick Williams, yes, and that is one thing that I appreciate about Booker on commentary. But I mean, we talk about the match itself later on, but I had in my notes because I guess at one point in the Ridge Holland Joe Gacy match or Joe Coffey match, he did what I just did. He switched. Joe Gacy and Joe Coffey. And it's one of those things that it's like they called him out for it on commentary. It felt weird, but I wonder if it was just like if they wanted to save Booker from that, the NXT universe is going to notice and call him out, if they were trying to avoid that. So it's like, acknowledge it on air and move on. But
that's why Vince McMahon always had the motto that you don't have two wrestlers with the same first name. Like Vince always stuck by that. Like that,
and I was reading today about Shane Helms coming to the main roster and how Hurricane Helms came to be.
Yeah, exactly.
Really? Hurricane Helms.
I guess that already had Shane McMahon running around, so he didn't want more than one Shane. So you're
not going to take his son's name. That's one thing you're not going to do.
No.
Especially if you weigh under 250 pounds. Hell no.
But Shane will take all of your moves.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. But
could be worse.
What did you think of the match itself?
You got it, CJ.
Yeah, I thought it was a fantastic match. I was really glad to see that Carmelo Hayes wasn't injured from that rough spot with Theory on SmackDown.
Right.
And they did say kind of after SmackDown that he was good and Theory was good. So, and again, props to the referee for being able to halt the match out of safety concerns. However this Trick Melo feud plays out, though, you can't say that Trick isn't giving it 110% as far as keeping this partnership alive. And it's going to be interesting. It's going to be heartbreaking. And knowing what we know now about Vengeance Day, it sets it up so well for exactly what I predicted.
Yeah, and is that going to be Trick turning on Carmelo or vice versa?
No, that's going to be Mello being revealed as the person who attacked Trick backstage
Yeah, 30
and
years
setting
ago.
it up. Yeah, so long ago now that they'll need how many rewind packages to get us there?
Oh, it's
Yeah,
gonna
exactly.
it's gonna remember that big like rewind catch up package they did for the Bloodline, like leading into Survivor Series last year. It's gonna be like that. It's
What they
gonna be like
posted
an
on YouTube
18-minute
that's an hour long.
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna be just like that. They're gonna have to.
It's like a 3-second attack. Like it has like all this.
2
Like,
years
like
later, like yeah, it's been a long time coming. I think we're finally there. We're this close.
Mm-hmm.
God damn. Talk about finishing the story. They need to finish the story.
They need to wrap this shit up. The story. They need to wrap up the story, bro. That's what they need to do, dog. But yeah, I thought it was a good match. Shout out to, like I said, like Caesar said in the comments. I think that it was a cool. I'm not sure which one is which. I'm sorry. Oh my goodness. Either Edris or Elba. No, I'm just playing. Either one of them. They were wearing the. They were wearing the Dusty Rhodes. They had the Dusty Rhodes action. So any kind of nod to Dusty's cool.
That one is Enofe.
Enofe. Okay, Enofe. Shout out to Enofe. My bad. My favorite nod to Dusty.
I would hate to be wrong, but there is a chance I'm still wrong.
Woo! What a risk you're taking, bro.
I'm confident.
On the internet. Hey, you got my blessing, bro. I don't know who these motherfuckers are either, bro. That's okay, bro. But I was gonna say, man, my favorite nod to Dusty was Cody with the ladder at WrestleMania 30. I think that was 32 when he had the polka dot ladder. He was Stardust though, and I thought that was pretty cool. So that's top 5 nods to Dusty Rhodes. Number 1.
It is. So, but yes, but Trick and Mello, like I said, they move on, and like I said, this is going to be setting up for quite the event at Vengeance Day with this. But so after that match, we had a quick backstage segment. Kelly Kincaid interviewed Fallon Henley about the upcoming Battle Royal that we just discussed, which ended with Fallon Henley saying "Yeehaw, bitch," which I was a little shocked to hear.
Oh, I missed that. I didn't see that.
Yeah,
I wouldn't got food.
Bitch. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. I was like kind of like half listening, and I just snapped up, and then I'm like, it's like 8:15 on USA. Like
on Tuesday night. Yeah.
Like
I'll take Yeehaw bitch over Cowboy shit. I like Yeehaw bitch better. That's kind of cool. Put it on a shirt.
I'd like to hear the crowds chant that one, just "Yeehaw bitch." That'd be fantastic. I don't think USA would like that. CW probably wouldn't like it too much either.
It would just be silence.
Yeah, get her to the main roster before the deal, so they don't have to worry about it.
Right. But so after that, we had a quick little recap package of Oba Femi beating the hell out of Dragon Lee, which was good to see. Like I'm excited to see what they do with Oba going forward.
Gentlemen, I am officially an Oba feminist. Okay,
an Oba feminist.
I'm an
Look at that turtleneck and chain.
Oh yeah. There we go.
Right.
There we go. Oh, I wish we could get a side by side. Oh my gosh.
Batista
look at the turtleneck action.
Batista didn't have a chain. He's got the turtleneck and the chain. Just missing the light
I
there.
don't know, man. Yeah. Look at the presence of Oba Femi. Shout out to Caesar in the comments, man. We are Oba. Can we get a hashtag Oba Femi? Thank you very much.
There we go.
There we go. Dude, he's awesome, man. He's great. And like, I can see him as a leader of a faction. I don't think he needs anybody with him. I don't think he needs a manager. I don't think he needs a faction. I think he can be his own guy. He could be the Gunther, like you said, or like y'all said a couple weeks ago. He could be the Gunther of NXT. Get him a streak. We need more dominant streaks.
Yeah. He is incredible on the microphone. He has a fantastic command of an audience.
22.
He's 22?
22.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Holy
he's
shit.
The youngest champion he's the youngest NXT North American champion in history.
God.
22 years old. All right.
Reverse our truth.
My God. Okay. He's already this good on the mic. And he's
hell of a future.
Yeah. So
like the last time I said, holy shit, this guy's so good on the mic, and he was only 22, it was MJF.
Wow.
Yeah, all right, that's fair.
Wow.
Like I'm not really directly comparing. I'm just saying that was the last time there was somebody that young. And I'm like, and they're that goddamn good already. Damn.
And I can see him as a surprise Rumble entrant as well.
I mean, with the momentum he's got, why not?
Yeah, I think. Oh, go ahead, bro. Yeah, I was gonna say that's definitely
Just
one to look out for.
oh, definitely. The thing that I found, m- trying to think of the word I want to use, like being able to see a side by side comparison of the momentum he can draw as a good guy, and then once Dragon Lee comes out looking for a rematch, immediately he can flip the switch, and you see that same momentum he gets from the crowd, but now he's a bad guy. So it's that dynamic that he brings forward of he can wear both hats however they want to go forward with him, but it looks like they're pushing him as a bad guy. Either way, he's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry, CJ. When you said you were doing a side by side, I thought you meant a side by side turtleneck comparison, dog, of Batista and Oba Femi, bro. I thought he was like gonna pull up the side by side comparison. I was about to say, oh my gosh, Birdman hands. Like I can't wait. You know what I'm saying? But nah, he's sharp, and I agree with everything he's saying, man. But straight up, Oba feminist over here, man. Straight up.
Yeah, I mean, I CJ, I see what you're saying. It does feel like he's getting more of a heel spin, but I mean, he wasn't overly dickish to Dragon Lee, but he didn't have that hard edge.
Well, and it's purely because one, the face is requesting a rematch, and the champ says no, and then says the open challenges, which are an NXT favorite, are no longer a thing.
That's fair.
That's kind of compounded. It feels like they're slanting this to, oh, we're going to push him as a dominant heel.
Now, do you think that, they were going into tonight's promo with that in mind, but do you think they could, potentially change course, given that the crowd seemed to get behind him pretty heavily?
I hope, or rather, I'm sad to see that this has become an opportunity to keep Dragon Lee on NXT. He should be back on SmackDown doing exactly
they need to get the rematch taken care of and get him out.
No, hopefully.
I don't think it should be a rematch. Yeah. But that's just my opinion.
But I mean, if he can do a solid job for Oba Femi on the way out, then yeah, send him out back to SmackDown, set up Oba Femi for another challenger, and we'll see how the cards play out on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree with you. I want the roster split to get more defined again. There's no reason for Dragon Lee to be hanging around at this point.
Yeah, I agree.
Anything else on that segment, guys?
He's on his way to steal everyone's.
What?
Shout out to Caesar in the comments, man. That's the boy Caesar, man. Y'all
everybody's crazy about a sharp dress, man. We had a little backstage segment with Lola Vice and Elektra Lopez just walking through, I don't know, some back hallway in the Performance Center. And
the one corner that Trick and Carmelo hang out at and nobody else does.
Right. And like some blinds went up and Tatum Paxley was like creeping under the blinds with a feather. Weird segment. Like I said, there were a lot of backstage segments, but they weren't bad. It worked. Gotta say, Tatum Paxley, this character, she's fantastic at it. Glad they happened upon this. Don't know whose idea it was. Don't know who pitched it. Don't know if it was her idea. But she is taking to this like a duck to water.
Well, it's that meme that I sent in the group chat, that Bill Hader meme. Well, mark me down as scared and horny, and it's like she plays this character really well, like this obsessive, like emo Mickey James times 1,000 that just really works right now. Like I got a really solid laugh out of her entrance to her tag team match with Lyra Valkyria, which we will talk about later. But yeah, like just a wonderful character.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. I like to see where a little bit more character work, and that's another thing that goes into the division too, is the character work as well. And there's a lot of very, very colorful personalities, and they don't have to rely on like the tired trope of just looks. and being friends with people. Like they actually have their own quirks and personalities to them. So shout out Shawn Michaels. You know what I'm saying? I know CJ is just furious with him tonight, but you gotta give the man his
Well,
props.
and
Look at the super kick.
the thing that I wanted to kind of add to your point was how often do we see these kind of out of the box NXT gimmicks not really connect with an audience on Raw or SmackDown once they come up to the main roster?
I think that's
Like,
just
I
due
know
to I think that's just due to it being a very intimate crowd, you know, in NXT as well in Florida. You get the same, for the most part, people or people that doesn't have to. A lot of it doesn't have to come out of their pockets. So it's a very intimate crowd, and they're there for the love of wrestling, and like maybe they're very close with the wrestlers too, seeing them every week. So I think when you're there and you're in a space that's smaller, it's easier to get on board with certain gimmicks because you're there to have fun. You're there to, you know what I'm saying? But if you're just like, hey, does the Undertaker still wrestle? Let's go to Monday Night Raw. They're not going to know who the fuck these fucking people are. So that's why it's their job then to do something with, you know what I mean? To do something with like somebody else on the main roster, like what they tried to do with Zoe Stark, you know, make them familiar. But if Zoe Stark was kicking ass at NXT, she'd be a contender she'd be in the Battle Royal right now, Final Four. You know, it's just different, bro. The audience is different. It's hard to explain, but yeah.
No, that's fair.
So guys, moving on to another topic here. Remember a few weeks ago when we talked about how it would be like maybe kind of like just, I don't know, somewhere going into some sort of racial stereotyping if they were to put Trey Bearhill together with
You mean that total hypothetical that we never actually figured they would have the stones to go with?
Well, they did it.
Wait, you mean Bearhill is Native American? I did not get that at all from his entrance, bro.
Yeah,
but they are going with it.
I was a little surprised to see that happen. I don't think it was necessary.
Yeah.
Coming out of that NXT Underground match, it projected Eddie Thorpe so much higher. Like, why is he not first in line for the North American title right now?
I guess he's doing more stuff. I don't know. I guess they maybe, and that may be leading to like an eternal thing. Like maybe they're like, maybe he needs more work here and there. But like from what I've seen from Eddie Thorpe, he's great. So I don't know why they just kind of holding him in this little like undercard position for so long. Like since we've been doing the show.
Like this is twice now he's done these underground matches, and twice I've been like, yeah, he's ready for something. Give him something. And they haven't really given him anything. And now he's playing mentor to Eddie Bearhill, which is great. Like I think Eddie Thorpe would be a great mentor. But just relying on that shared heritage, I don't want to call it a trope, but it also feels very tropish. So
it does.
I hate that they're relying on that connection to force this partnership to work. It deserves better. They both deserve better.
I swear, if they get Tatanka to manage them as a tag team, I'm going to throw a brick through my TV.
I don't want to keep doing this if that's what happens.
I know. If we keep putting this out in the universe and it keeps happening, we got to start putting better stuff out in the universe.
What y'all talking about now?
There are
I was saying
that I have in my life.
To manage them.
Oh yeah, and you know what? He was saying he was trying to get back into the industry too.
Oh, was he really? Oh man, no. Hunter.
We did not will this.
He did. I think he was trying to do like a special run. You know, when they like start doing signings and like doing like one-off appearances here and there. I think he was starting to do that. I think he stopped though. But yeah, I would definitely see them try to bring it to Tonka, like if they had like a NXT deadline or something like that.
Right.
Boys, I have very few things that bring literal joy and like pure happiness into my life like professional wrestling does and NXT specifically does to like cleanse my soul of the bullshit. So if you will Tatanka into managing this team into the universe,
Oh yeah, it's
it
gonna
will
happen.
take that away from me, and
Oh
I
yeah.
will think less of you, specifically Soup, as a
Oh, man.
person for it.
Well, you better take up chess or something as a hobby, man. Because I don't know, man. They put all the eggs in one basket. You know what I'm saying? They go, you know, they're one phone call is all they need. You know, I don't know. You better pick up badminton or something, bro. Because that shit gonna crush your heart, bro. One phone call is all it take, bro. That's all it take, bro. You seen what happened? You know what they do? It's Royal Rumble. It is Royal Rumble season.
You
Oh
need
yeah,
to
number 30.
trademark. You need to
Oh yeah, number
trademark
27.
take up chess as a hobby. That needs to be on a damn shirt, man.
God.
You need
You
to
better
take
pick
up
up
chess
chess,
as a
yeah.
hobby. Needs to be on a shirt. Yeah, that needs to be on a shirt.
Yeah, man.
But
I wouldn't put all my
The
eggs in one basket.
clapback
if I was
heard
you.
round the world. My God.
That's all I'm saying, man.
It's raw and uncut here at
Oh.
Dirt Sheet Radio, y'all. But so we'll move on here to another backstage segment. Trick and Mello hanging out by their lockers over in the corner there.
This is what I meant. That's what I thought. This is the segment I thought you meant. Yeah.
They're one little like nicely lit corner, right? They have like the Judgment Day light in the corner. It's actually pretty nice.
They got the dollar store. Yeah. They got the e-girl light on the back, bro. It's the Twitch light. Every week, like, where are they, bro? It's like own corner, bro. Like,
it's theirs. They got their little space in there, and I love how like the locker room they're in is like very like, you know, it's metal, it's hardcore looking, and then like the women's locker room, it's really well lit. It's got nice wood separators. Like, what the fuck is like this building is so diverse.
I know,
it's crazy.
yeah.
But yeah, they established that Trick's world title match will be happening at Vengeance Day, which is also when the Dusty Classic culminates, setting up for him and Mello to be in the finals of that match, and then him also going for the world title the same night. The drama.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think they're just building to it. But why was Carmelo shocked that if Trick gets the title match, it's gonna be at Vengeance Day? Duh. And it was like the tournament's gonna be on the same day as yes, duh, bro. That's how it works, bro. Come on now. Y'all building to a pay-per-view.
Yeah, like he lost his match scheduled at a premium live event, and they moved it to the next premium live event. I'm sorry. Yeah. Like, how do you think this works?
Bad, bro. Like, why is this like a problem? Bro, did you understand, bro? Card subject to change, dog.
Like, what do you think was never like? Did he think the match was never going to happen at this point? Like,
it didn't happen that last week. That means it'll never happen. Let's win tag team championships now.
He's like, damn it.
Now, genuinely though, like. Genuinely, it was good to see Carmelo able to be up and wrestling after his nasty spot on Friday.
Oh yeah,
but I get wanting to distance yourself from that potential accident. But sorry, I had it, I lost it. If I remember it, we'll double back.
I got you. Are you watching the Schwarzenegger movie too?
No.
Okay, it just came on right after Raw. Y'all don't leave USA open like after while you do the show.
No, I usually
yeah. I'm sorry. Love it.
All right, Canadian CJ guys, come on, you got to remember this. All right.
No, it's all good.
We're all over the globe here at Dirt Sheet Radio. But then moving on, we to our next match on the card. We had Lyra, Valkyria, and Tatum Paxley taking on Lola Vice and Elektra Lopez. Match was 4 minutes and 4 seconds long. Valkyria and Paxley pick up the win. Pretty decent match. It wasn't super long. It was a nice showcase of how fantastically weird Paxley is.
Yeah, this is more of a character piece. I kind of looked away, was doing other stuff and missed it, be honest with you. Elektra Lopez and Lola Vice kind of teased a little dissension for later in the night. Oh, I guess we could talk about it because we already talked about the main event first, but they kind of turned on each other, kind of.
Yeah.
But maybe they're just arguing. I think we need to normalize tag teams getting into physical altercations with each other, because I know damn well, like, if you're fucking up and you're my tag team partner, I'm probably going to actually beat your ass. You don't have to break up. This doesn't have to be a WrestleMania X7 moment. But like, let's just normalize tag teams just being pissed with each other. I thought that was kind of cool.
I mean, it worked for several guy tag teams. They made a whole storyline about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see how they get along next week. Maybe it'll be a situation where it's like, they were mad, But yeah, pretty straightforward match. Nothing too crazy. So I feel like that was mostly there just to really get Paxley's character a little more over. Which again, I don't know. I feel like Lyra's not getting a front seat ride right now as the women's champion.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead. So,
no, you go ahead. No, you go ahead.
No, it was just specifically like the how do we feel about Lola Vice as women's champion? Like, is that something that we see? Like her cashing in this breakout opportunity legitimately? How do we see that play out? Especially now that she is truly striking out on her own. I think even if she does have some dissension with Elektra Lopez, I think eventually they are going to go their separate ways. Right. So why not now? But is she actually ready for that?
I don't know. I don't really see her as champion.
Maybe they need
that's kind of the problem.
Maybe this is gonna lead into a program with Lola. Lola and Elektra Lopez. Maybe it's gonna lead into a little small program or something. But is that enough time to get somebody
to build
over
her
as
up a little bit more?
Yeah, I think you do something to get a little fire under her because I really just don't feel like her character's that hot right now.
Mm-hmm.
She did have a pretty decent brawl with Elektra Lopez after they eliminated each other. So I don't know. We'll see.
That's true.
We'll see if that intensity carries on through the feud.
The thing is, when she had that teased cash in a couple weeks ago, that was the first time I'd actually remembered she had that in a while.
Me too, to be honest with you. I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, me too.
But she's still been doing promos every week.
Has she? I don't know why. Maybe it doesn't stick out to me. I guess I feel like she hadn't been on TV that much.
It was just one of those things like tonight too.
No,
I kind of zoned out.
Backstage segments. She's had segments every week.
Oh. Dude, we're just
then she sincerely must not stick out to me. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like
I don't keep a record of my notes week to week. I just use the same page in the notes app. That's NXT. Okay, Control Alt Delete onto the next page kind of thing. And unfortunately,
I feel ancient. I feel like an old man over here with my tome.
Pen and paper.
Yeah, I love it.
My handwriting's too messy for that.
Yeah, I started to get to writing, and I started getting anxious because I'm not writing as fast as I'm thinking. It's just like I don't know. I'm a notebook guy, though. I
like the notebook. I like it. But
that's fair.
I like the notebook. Okay, I just like
Nicholas Sparks. But anything else on that match, guys?
Good match. I zoned out though, but good match.
All right. So up next we had Ridge Holland and Joe Coffey with Joe Gacy.
Not Joe Coffey.
Was this one Gacy was on commentary? Was it this match or was that?
Yeah, Gacy was on commentary.
Okay.
Was it this one? Yeah, I think so. Was it?
Yeah,
I fucking forgot.
Wearing his old school suit. Look at that. Look at that outfit. Fantastic. I think he claimed he had a hot dog in the pocket. It was.
Yeah, they were talking about some weird. I don't know what the fuck they were talking about. Commentary. It looked like somebody like you know how like you have like lines and like somebody skips a line. They were like doing. It was like awkward, but like it was actually legit awkward, and then it became like funny. I think Joe Gracie's great though.
Yeah. He's doing well with his character.
I think
this chaos incarnate character that he's got going on right now is one of my favorite things in NXT.
This is better than what the fuck he was doing with The Rock's daughter.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like this is what is that? Tool? Is that Tool? Is that one of their songs? Tool. Am I getting that right? Anyways, I forgot who that was. Who was that? Was that? Anyways, but I like Joe Casey. He's cool. But I was gonna say Ridge Holland and Joe Coffey, very meaty match.
Mhm,
You know what I mean? Where are we going with Ridge Holland? Yet to see, but I guess he's there to stay on NXT. And they
Yeah.
silently moved Butch and Tyler. They kind of did a switcheroo. Tyler Bates now on SmackDown, and they got Ridge Holland, and now Butch will now be known as Pete Dunne. So they kind of did a smooth transition. I like how they did that.
Yeah, it was. I mean, they got to do something to kind of work Holland back up. It's a short match. It was only a little over 2 minutes for this one. I'm not really sure what their plans are with Holland going forward.
I don't either. I don't know. Yeah.
Well, and I think at least they've dropped that component of the storyline, like that personal retribution for not being the guy that injures people anymore. I'm glad they dropped that element of the Ridge Holland redemption storyline. But yeah, like I don't know where they're really gonna take Ridge Holland from here. Obviously, he's gonna try and seek retribution on Gallus, but
Right.
is he just gonna get shunted off into another tag team now?
Maybe. I don't know. Like they kept shooting the entrance ramp like they were expecting somebody to come to his aid.
Sorry, Pete Dunne is still on SmackDown. And Sheamus
Is
still
it
out too.
sadder that nobody came out?
Yes, because he has no friends. He's injuring everybody. Why would you want to be his friend?
Oh, that's fair, man.
taking
Maybe that's
people
the
out.
point they were trying to make.
But obviously, in the wake of the Carmelo Hayes and Austin Theory injury scare and Cora
that might have
Jade's
something to do with it.
actual injury,
Yeah.
like it would
He
have
might
been
have
in pretty
scrapped some
bad
shit.
taste to continue
Yeah.
that on.
Not only that, but we have yet to mention it. The horrible, awful Cora Jade ACL tear.
Yeah.
Terrible news. And I just read an update that I think John actually posted on Dirt Sheet. Out for a year.
Jesus.
Fuck.
Up to.
So, up to a year. Okay. Well, yeah. Just horrible timing.
Yeah.
You come back.
Just came back.
House show, right? ACL right after your idol returns on like what could potentially be one of the biggest runs of his career. Say, man. So prayers for
2.5 months before the biggest show of the year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Who would surprise return Royal Rumble, maybe? You know?
So like I said, I can never. She would have been a solid contender for the Rumble.
Like I said, I can never imagine.
To appear, not to win.
She could potentially be ready by next year's.
Absolutely.
She could. It's just like, fuck. We already missed the exit to Chuck E. Cheese. Yeah. Let's just go to Dave and Buster's.
It sounds like a better plan anyway. But...
well, maybe I switched that. Yeah, maybe yeah.
Okay, I'm Canadian, so I don't know what comparison you're trying to make.
Oh, dude, y'all don't have Chuck E. Cheese, bro.
No, I know Chuck E. Cheese, like the Kid Arcade / Rat Pizzeria.
Yes.
What is a Dave and Buster's?
So Dave and Buster's, it's kind of like that, but it's adult. Like it's. Like it's still like an arcade type game thing, but like it's more bar arcade type, I guess.
Yes.
Bar arcade?
Yeah, so it's like a bar restaurant, and then they have like, different arcade style games like
Chuck E. Cheese, but after dark.
There you go. Yeah.
Hey, there we go. Hey, the boy got it. Yeah.
Okay, well, that's put an image into my head that
in public with friends there.
Hell yeah!
I mean,
David
Caesar, this is America. You can get drunk in public anywhere.
I'm drunk right now. No. Everybody just bust out, just start drinking.
Oh, Jesus. All right.
What were we talking about?
Well, you know what? We'll move on to the next topic. We were talking about the Ridge Holland match, but we'll move on to the quick NXT Anonymous shot backstage of JC Jane talking about saving Chase U, talking to all the girls and telling them what a good job they did. I'm not sure what they're doing to save Chase U.
some sort of.
I'm not gonna let this bullshit ruin my mood. So we could just, I mean, it's cool, Chase U. I'm not gonna let this ruin my mood no more. I'm not gonna do no rant every week on Chase U. It's gonna take way too much time. John gotta get to work in the morning. I gotta get to work in the morning. I'm not about to do a fucking 5-minute rant on Chase U every week, dog. I give up. That's okay.
Fair enough. We'll move on then. Kelly Kincaid was interviewing Baron Corbin. We're going from what one you all hate to one another
This
hates.
was awful. What was this?
First of all, Baron Corbin, I don't know why he's dressed like Rob Dyrdek. I don't understand.
Rob Dyrdek, Bro looks like a band chaperone on the school bus. Like, everybody keep their hands to themselves. He looks like a band chaperone, face says. Man.
He looks like the police photo of Ed Gein when they arrested him. This is
going to Google right now.
No, kids, don't look up Ed Gein. He was who they based Leatherface off of.
Oh, okay.
Baron. Okay, if anything pisses Baron Corbin off, it's going to be that one. Sorry. No, look. I love some flannel. I'm a big flannel guy. Man, Baron Corbin does not look good in flannel.
He's not rocking the flannel, huh?
No, I don't think it looked good at all. It was, I don't know, it was a bad look for him. But this segment was, it was a segment that happened on tonight's show.
It's like nobody told them cut. It's like nobody told them to stop. Like, they got the joke out. What you want to call the team?
Was it Wolf Dogs?
Warcocks, whatever the fuck he said.
Wolves are already dogs.
I don't think Warcocks was on the table.
Yeah,
I don't.
Whatever you wanted to call them, and it's just kept going, and it's very redundant. I don't know.
I'll tell you, Core Braun is where it's at.
Core Braun.
No.
Yeah, and then Facebook's gonna automate the thumbnail, and it's gonna say Warcocks on the thumbnail.
Hey, it's gonna get a lot of views. All right. Hashtag
War Hogs.
The War Hogs.
Yes.
I don't know,
it's
man.
not any better. It's not any better.
It's
I
not great.
I think Core Braun is the way we need to go with this.
I like Core Braun better, but they're doing kind of like a comedy thing. Do you think they should go the comedy route with these two, or do you think it's working at all?
I think
I sorry, Tyler, go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead. No, you go ahead, man.
I love this odd couple dynamic that they've developed. Like, even throw back up that parallel in the picture, like, to see how starkly different they are dressed from each other is just driving home that narrative of how different they are. So it's like I said last week, it's the first time I've really been invested in Baron Corbin's career since the Lone Wolf. So last week?
Yeah, I was sick.
You weren't watching?
Yeah, I was completely fucked.
Ah, all right, fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean, we have it on demand through YouTube and other socials. But anyways,
I gotta go on the Twitter screen caps. You know what I'm saying, for my recap.
I don't know why I'm coming after you, Sar, in the first place. I'm sorry.
But no, it is an interesting dynamic between the two of them. Like talking about how they dress. Like, Baron Corbin doesn't look like a pro wrestler. Like, I swear, like, he just doesn't. He just looks like some dude that probably lives in Seattle. I don't know, like.
Yeah, like, he just looks like some douchebag that rolled in off the street. Like, he looks like he has like a pack full of joints in his front breast pocket.
He cuffs his jeans, doesn't wear socks, and likes IPAs. Like, maybe that should be his gimmick. I am the pro wrestling hipster, but maybe he should actually be like an actual hipster as a gimmick.
The actual pro wrestling hipster.
Yeah.
There he is.
I don't want him sullying the good name of pro wrestling hipster. I take it back. I don't. No, it's not happening. Corbin.
Okay.
But
because that means we would have to rename it our Pro Wrestling Hipster of the Night.
Yeah, and I don't need that kind of just dishonor brought on.
We'll keep it Constable Corbin for now.
That's right.
All right, I'm happy with that. Constable Corbin of the night.
But our next match this evening, we had the LWO taking on Chase University. The LWO picked up the win in 9 minutes and 39 seconds. I was actually kind of surprised by that. I thought that they would have had Chase University move through the bracket. Gentlemen, what did you think of this match?
Well, I like first of all, I like LWO on NXT in general. I feel like this is the right landing spot for them. Seeing that now, you know what I'm saying, coming off that hot angle, well, not even a hot angle, but it was a hot spot that Joaquin Wilde did off the middle rope, which went viral. You know what I'm saying, that gained a lot of attention, that put a lot of attention on them. And for them being in the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic as well, really solidifies them as a top contender team, not just Rey Mysterio and Carlito's lackeys. Once they get a good promo and a good catchphrase down, these guys could be like one of the top tag teams on NXT. Then you bring them back to the main roster, and now they're competing with everybody. But I really do like LWO. Honestly, like one of my favorite parts of the night in NXT when I see them wrestle is like, okay, cool. We're gonna get a good match. We're gonna get a cool match. And Joaquin Wilde again, man, like, you know, highlight for me of the night is the dive to the outside with the tornado DDT twist on the concrete. You know, great move by Joaquin Wilde. He stands out. He's the one that stands out. Cruz del Toro is great too. He did a great what do we used to call that in gymnastics? I forgot what it was called. I forgot what it was called. But he did like a half twist. Look very fluid. And I think these guys are exciting. And I think LWO too, like I said before, get them a catchphrase. They already have the cool valet in Zelina Vega. They got the full package. I wouldn't mind seeing them in the finals, fighting a heel team, and the heel team gets the win, or maybe even winning. But so far so good from LWO. Chase, you get them out of here.
Now, to kind of hop on the Joaquin Wilde train here, there was a moment just after the commercial break that I clocked. Wilde was setting up a maneuver on Riley Osborne, and you could see them kind of fumble a little bit, and then they took a second to properly get set up for it and execute it flawlessly. Like that is a that is a massive sign of like mature growth and really a testament to what the system can do in NXT when they're trained properly.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes, I agree.
But that massive DDT, holy shit.
Got a holy shit chant too as well.
It did. Yeah, USA tried to mute that out.
By just cutting the whole audio.
Mute it here.
Yeah.
I always remember shit, I just always thought back in the day that, you know, generally the network's feeling was if the audience is chanting it, there's not much we can do about it. I mean, think of all the times the audience had just chanted asshole at Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
How do you think the CW is going to like it?
CW I mean, you gotta think it's different. Like USA, they can technically allow swearing of that nature on the network if they choose to. There's nothing that really says they can't. But like the CW, like that's a network. That's on, you know, digital antenna. You know what I mean? Like you don't need cable or any streaming or anything to pick that up. Hey, you can chuckle at the digital antenna all you want. I got one on the wall right over there. I swear I do.
Yeah.
I have sling and a digital antenna. That's what I use. But
whatever gets the job done, huh?
But I don't know if the CW would like that very much, honestly. But then again, I don't know. Maybe that kind of, you know, network television's a little more cutting edge these days. It's hard to say.
I don't recall that being censored in Canada either.
Oh, really? Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't recall. Like, if anyone was watching and can correct me, please let me know. But I'm pretty sure it didn't get censored on Sportsnet.
Huh. Okay. Interesting. All right. So anything else on that match, gentlemen?
I'm glad LWO picked up the win.
Yes, but further to that point, I think Joaquin Wilde should have actually got the pin. Like, he deserved it. He put the work in, and he deserved to be the guy getting the pin. But, it's 6 of one, half dozen of another. Everyone got the win.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you.
All right. So we had Trey Bearhill taking on Dijak. Dijak picked up the win in 4 minutes and 35 seconds.
I'm sorry. Are we not gonna talk about the promo before that match?
Which one was that?
Oh shoot!
Yes!
Yes!
Sorry. We had Noam Dar back there talking with Von Wagner. But guys, I don't want to see Von Wagner fight for the Heritage Cup. I want to see Von Wagner fighting children.
Dare you steal my joke? I was waiting to steal. Oh my god!
Damn, he called back to the segment and everything. Damn.
I literally halted the show so we could talk about this segment.
No, stop the presses. Stop the presses.
I'm sorry, CJ. I'm sorry.
You know what? It's fine. It's fine.
Man, go to your zen, bro. Go to your zen. You gotta go to your zen.
Yeah.
You know what I was gonna say, man? I was gonna say Von Wagner, he's become like one of my favorite on NXT. Like, they're giving so much scripted material for backstage and these segments and stuff like that. I know it's to show personality and character and to get everybody's actual personality over. But Von just comes off so natural. Like, he's just such a natural, just like, what did he say? He was like, so 2 out of 3, so 2 times 3. So I pin you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's hilarious. Like, he's funny, he's natural, and he has this awkward, rugged look to him, which works. I know he has. Was it Robbie E? Or what's the manager's name? Oh my god, I'm tripping, bro.
Robert Stone. Mr.
Robert Stone. It used to be Robbie E. But yeah, Robert Stone. I know it shouldn't work, but it does. The fact that he has a manager, like, because he has somebody to bounce off of. I think Von Wagner is great. Honestly, that's all I wanted to say.
No, I'm glad it works, and I'm glad that they weren't actually going down the road of he's actually just that inept and can't understand the concept of the match. And I genuinely thought they might have gone down that road because of his deadpan delivery. Like, I didn't get much inflection one way or the other to tell until he physically said, "Oh yeah, I was totally messing with him." I was like, "Oh, this feels borderline distasteful that I'm watching this right now. Like, what are they doing?" So I'm glad to see it's not anything to genuinely be concerned about, but it's still something I think Von Wagner needs to work on, is putting some inflection into his delivery.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, the deadpan thing can certainly be a character trait.
I think that too.
Yeah, but I mean, to the point of affecting his presentation, how much can you allow before you have to kind of correct?
I feel like a better way to kind of like, do it so that way, that's not a critique, is to actually show him being competent in the ring. No jokes, no, kind of funny comedy stuff. And then when he gets backstage, as well as, having Robert Stone on the side, he's just bouncing off everybody in that awkward cadence that he has, but he's still a monster in the ring. He doesn't have to be world champion. He could be in it. He can gun for the Heritage Cup, like what he's doing, but I think for somebody like that, as a character like that, I think it works. So
well, and I know they did kind of try and push him as this monster heel when he took out Kyle O'Reilly, I think was when he turned. Was that his partner
at the time? Was it? I'm not sure.
I think that was who he turned on, was Kyle O'Reilly, and that was his send-off.
Right. Oh, because that's when he was Cool Kyle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, so even then it didn't feel genuine. I feel like now, if they did now decide to pull the trigger on that, now that he's had the chance to learn a bit, that it might work better, but I still like what he's doing now with Robert Stone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's good. I'm hoping. I feel like, it was fun. They've done a couple segments. I mean, God, when we first started the show, they had done a segment I think that was when he was potentially going to fight children, and then they really didn't do anything there for a few weeks. And I was wondering if they were still going to, have them paired together. It looks like they are. So it's fantastic.
You brought it up again, and now I'm angry at you again.
Stole a joke, man.
All over again.
Man.
No, I'm just kidding.
For the night. I was like, what do you want me to do? You threw up the lob, man. I had to slam dunk it. I was like, no, you threw up the lob, man. I don't know.
How are you?
Yeah, no, and that's props to you for snatching it out of my hands.
That boy got the interception. Boy got the interception.
Oh my God. All right. So moving on. Trey Bearhill and Dijak. Dijak getting a quick win in 4 minutes and 35 seconds. The match happened.
That was a match. It was one of the matches of all time.
It was certainly a match that happened.
Yeah, really. I mean, honestly, I think this was an ends to getting Gacy to jump Dijak after the match.
Oh, and I forgot about Alexis King too, getting the revenge on Bearhill. That's probably another reason why. Honestly, okay, we're not. Look, we get the joke. Fresh edge up, bro. Alexis King with the tightest pants in WWE history, or what? Oh my God!
I was happy not having that brought to my attention. Thank you very much.
Tightest pants. And I don't know if we saw I don't know if you guys saw the Chris Van Vliet interview, but Alexis King actually did say that he's actually grateful for being in this NXT system. I'm not sure if he's saying other than AEW, but he is grateful for being in this system, and I think it's helped him quite a bit.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah,
like his persona. Yeah, like just the swagger that Lexis King carries compared to Brian Pillman Jr. Like it carries more weight, but Lexis King, like that's a name you can get behind.
I was a little skeptical about it at first. I was like, bro, just be Brian Pillman Jr. But no. He wanted to carve his own path. He wanted to carve his own lane, and it's working now. And now when I think of Lexis King, I think of what you see before us. You know what I mean? So just one of those.
And they did confirm he does drive a Lexus.
Oh, you got to. Here comes the Lexus commercials. You know what I mean? Sponsorships.
Living the gimmick.
Yeah,
that's what you got to do.
Now, during this match, too, like, it's the little things. And there was a moment where Dijak hit Bearhill, and the camera ends up panning down to Dijak, who's kind of lopsided along the ring. He stands back up, turns around, camera pans over. Suddenly, there's Trey Bearhill, and then he decks Dijak with a fist. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, watch that match again and you'll see that moment when it happens. It is pure cinema, but it's one of those little things that it's like if you notice it, it just adds to the enjoyment of this match. That's the one takeaway that I got from this match, other than, man, I feel like Dijak needs something to do that's different than this. Yeah. Like, I know they're setting up now for Dijak to team up with Lexis King to take on Eddie Thorpe and Trey Bearhill to get all their scores settled once and for all. But what happens after that?
Right.
Go ahead, bro.
Well, I was going to say, this was, Dijak got a win here. And, he needed a win pretty desperately. I don't know the last time he actually won a singles match clean.
And you know what I was going to say to that?
Yeah, we'll have to do some research on that one.
If we were talking about somebody earlier that was kind of like lost in the shuffle. Put him in there with a program with Ridge, maybe. Dijak and Ridge. I think they could have some pretty good matches. Maybe a good program too. Two big guys, going at it. Two very and then at least for the most part, Dijak's very athletic too. I know you guys seen his matches with Keith Lee, but I think that could be a good program. Two big guys going at it. Give them something to do.
Yeah. Excuse me, guys, got a little choke there. Yeah, I don't know what they've got planned, but yeah, CJ, I agree. I think it's definitely going to build towards that tag match, but interesting. I mean, depending on how they align Oba, if he's a face or a heel, Dijak could be a challenger for the North American title.
That too.
I mean, because Oba is like he's really good, but he's new. He's new at this, and when you're lining up your first couple of feuds for him for the North American title, you want to put him in there with some experienced people. And Dijak's one of those guys that's really good in the ring. He's experienced. He's safe, and he can guide somebody through a match. He can call a match well. So I could see him potentially being aligned that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. And I mean, that would be a huge boost for Dijak heading towards an NXT championship match.
Oh, yeah. But after that, we had a pretty neat little backstage segment with Josh Briggs being approached by JBL.
Yeah.
No, I want to give props to JBL first because this is a textbook example of how you put over the younger talent. This is what you offer, but it did come off as very guardian angel to me. All of a sudden he's there and then he teaches you a life lesson and then disappears.
Yeah.
The confidence was in you all along.
I almost heard the harp's chords.
Yeah, he just levitates from the ground.
Every time a bell rings, an angel gets clotheslined to hell.
Yeah, there you go. You just hear the ding, 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 ding. What is that? JBL, what are you doing here? He's a fucking after school special helper or something.
You know what? I hope this is the role that JBL is now cast in. He is the guardian angel. What they should do, no one sees him except for Josh Briggs. Yeah. No one believes that JBL's talking to him.
JBL, get out of my house. What are you doing here?
Oh my god.
Is he here right
Weirdest
now?
push ever.
Hey,
Josh
Briggs,
I think getting the legend treatment to get legends coming and giving him advice. What's going on?
Well, and he's using the clothesline to hell as his finish right now. So, I mean, the association makes sense. I don't really necessarily know if I'd want to see them go as far as having JBL manage him, unless no one else sees JBL, then I'm on board with it. But because I really don't think Briggs, in all seriousness, needs a mouthpiece or anything. I think he's pretty good on the mic as is. I think he's got a good character developing currently.
Oh, absolutely. But I mean, this is a solid endorsement. No matter if this is a regular thing that we see or if it is just a one and done, hey, here's your inspiration to go do whatever the hell you want. But however it plays out, this is a huge endorsement, actually getting it in words. Why JBL put him forward for the breakout or the Iron Survivor match.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, and CJ, earlier you were talking about little things that you do in segments and matches. A little thing they did in this that I liked, when JBL approached him, he asked him what he was doing, and Briggs said that he was watching his match back. To see if he could pick up anything, and I like that because it's one of those little things that just it gives it a real sport feel. It helps with that suspension of disbelief, and I always dig when they do things like that because in the context of this show, they're fighting for these titles. They're athletes, and that's what you do. You watch tape, you study. That's what being a student of the game is supposed to be about. So I really dug that they kind of just snuck that in there. It was good when he was visited by his
perpetuating that narrative on TV that is exactly what you should be doing. No, that's that'd be great if they managed to have that little wink and a nod.
It's a Guardian Angel JBL. That's where we're heading with this right now. We also had a nice little video package for the No Quarter Catch crew, which kind of explained, what they are and what that all means. That when you sign up for a match with one of them, you don't know who you're going to get, and that's written into the contract. It's a catch clause in the contract. So that was a fun little segment.
That's cool. I
did
like
not catch that.
The segment itself, or the thing about the catch clause.
No, the whole segment.
Yeah, it was just maybe couple minute segment that just kind of showed them training in the ring, doing some voiceover work, just kind of hyping the guys up. But yeah, it was it's interesting. I wonder if it didn't air there, or if it was
I
just...
can't imagine why it wouldn't.
That's weird.
But no, I don't recall that airing. Because there are segments of watching it on a stream where during a commercial break, there will just be live broadcast in progress banner card. And then all of a sudden, no countdown or anything, you're back into NXT post commercial break.
Okay. Interesting.
I think there are small discrepancies to the cable service.
And maybe those segments end up getting cut for view. I have no idea, but that might be an occasion where it could happen.
It's very interesting to me how that all works, is based geographically where one is at, for how they do the programming or have the picture-in-picture cut-ins and all that. So, gentlemen, that would bring us back around to the main event. Before we get into our Constable Corbin and Megastars of the Night, was there anything else either of you wanted to touch on about tonight's show?
No. I think we pretty much covered everything.
That was dramatic. I will say this. I wanted to say this earlier. I think that Thea Hale's facial expressions are some of the best in NXT. I have such a blast watching her emote. It's a little over the top. It's a little cartoony. I feel like her character is one that our 7-year-old would probably get a kick out of. Like it's very big, but like I think that's why I like it. That's one thing that I like some wrestling characters to be that way. It's fucking wrestling. It's gonna be larger than life. Like, but fantastic. She is a meme maker. Like every week she is pumping something out that is meme worthy.
Yeah, it's a bit over the top for me sometimes, like I said the other week. But if I be down and say she doesn't give 100% every time, she does go out there. So shout out to Thea Hale. It's just a lot.
I looked at this as kind of an acknowledgement that the heel turn with JC Jane as her mentor wasn't working. Did that kind of come across to anybody else?
I think it's because she's getting her expressions over so much that fans are maybe like memeing her on Twitter and stuff like that. I think NXT takes a lot more opportunity to see what grows organically. Mm-hmm. Like I said, it's such an intimate audience too. You know what I'm saying? They're definitely like, they hear what's going on in Gorilla and stuff like that firsthand. So whatever the fans react to, they want to make a good product, not only just for us watching, but like those in attendance and being there. You know what I'm saying? And that's what was so magical too about the original Black and Gold NXT 2. You had so much crowd involvement. Going off on a tangent to say, I do think that Thea Hale got over with the hardcore NXT viewers, such as ourselves, to where they're actually going to try to push her to be other than a heel, and try to appeal more to the audience. So that's just my guess.
Oh, and definitely not saying that you're wrong either.
Thank you.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do with her. Like I said, I'm enjoying her character a lot. I don't really know what they have planned as the end game with JC Jane. They were making it kind of sound like she's making the decisions for Chase U right now.
Well, I mean, Andre Chase still looks like a piece of shit.
He does. He
Or still looks
awful.
like shit. Sorry, not a piece of
Awful.
shit.
You know,
That is a very that is a distinction you need to make right there. That
Yes.
looks like
He's
and
not a
he's
piece
not.
of shit. He looks like shit.
You know what I think it is, man? It's that big goatee. I think it, bless his heart if it is true. I just think he has a mean ass underbite. And so like he compensates it. I know a couple guys like that. Me being one of them, I have a nasty double chin right here, but you can't see it because of the goatee. But I don't know.
Keep the beard.
As I
Very,
grew this when I was 19. 38 now, guys. Ain't going anywhere.
I'm 28. I'm just now getting this.
I was Silent Bob for Halloween that year.
I just decided a goatee would be what I rock, and
I like it,
haven't
man.
gotten bored of it yet.
I dig it, man. I dig it.
We've reached the facial hair discussion portion of the Dirt Sheet Radio.
Yeah, this is your reward, guys, for sticking with us for an hour and 17 minutes.
So that means we should probably move on to our Constable Corbins of the night, the jobber of the night. Gentlemen, personally tonight, I am going with Chase U. I'm just tired of seeing the angle. Soup, I'm with you. I some weeks I was starting to enjoy it, but I'm just be done with it. Just get rid of it. I don't know what you're going to do with Andre Chase once Chase U falls apart completely.
What do you do with him?
For fuck's sake, it's his name.
Yeah. I'm still yours too as well this week. It's just every week. No, actually, oh man, because they had a good match tonight, but it's just the whole concept of like the storyline is a little lame to me. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing to be over the top, but it's another thing to just be like over the top and have a story that really doesn't go anywhere. Because haven't we been talking about like the money scandal since we started the show?
Yep.
It's just a little redundant.
It's like that and the Mellow and Trick angle. Like those have been going on
since we started.
Really before we started, yeah.
He's mad that somebody slapped him in the back of the head 13 years ago. But yeah, man. So that's my Constable Corbin.
We were in 7th grade, Trick. Let it go.
Let it go. You can get me back. Get one in, dude. Like it's cool, man.
But, it was over $5.
Yeah, it's like, bro. We make triple that now.
Triple that. But that CJ, what you got tonight?
I have to pivot here slightly and say that my jobber of the night, my Constable Corbin, pivot, is Trey Bearhill. They proposed this partnership with Eddie Thorpe, and they haven't even floated the idea of Dijak working with Lexus King because King didn't attack until after the match. Mm-hmm. So already Dijak is coming into this with momentum as opposed to Bearhill getting the win when he needs to pick up some momentum as part of this newly formed team. So the fact that they allowed Dijak to come in single-handedly, knock down Trey Bearhill, who should have had Eddie Thorpe helping him out a little bit more, not really get any momentum.
I mean, it's not a great start to one's career when your first couple big moments involve you getting just like put flat on your face.
Yeah, and that's what I said when the breakout tournament started. It's like, what momentum does this guy have right now? He got knocked out of the tournament because he got clocked from behind once. Well, why does that knock him out of the entire tournament instead of just, okay, your match can take place next week?
The match was next week. The match was the week after that.
He got bonked 1 week, and his title opportunity is gone. He got bonked upside the head, bro.
Even narratively, you boxed him into this corner, and I get wanting to think that helping him out of it by giving him Eddie Thorpe, I feel like that's more Eddie Thorpe getting dragged down to Trey Burial's level, which unfortunately is lower than the basement.
Yeah. Well, and him going into a program with Lexus King, I don't think Trey Bearhill's going to win a program with Lexus King.
No.
So it's like
No.
it's like they're really like they're defining Trey down real quickly.
Well,
Like,
and to be fair, they could go the to yes. To be fair, they could go with the Tozawa Ivar route and get the surprise victory. Manage to have the obvious victor get some sort of tainted victory of sorts, I guess. I'm trying to think of the term I'm going for, but
maybe. I mean, I don't know. We'll see what they can do with him, but like I said, they're kind of filing him down really, really fast here, which is not a great way to start. But hey, even with NXT being developmental, like as the third brand, the developmental brand, they have to have that type of player as well. You have to have those hands in the ring. There have to be people that are basically your low end card guys that are going to lose 95% of their matches. It sucks if that's what you're brought in to do. I mean, or hell, you know what? Honestly, it's pro wrestling. There's probably a ton of people that they love to do that. Like, there were guys that made their entire careers off of being, what would be considered a job or a job guy. Everybody knows who the Brooklyn Brawler is.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's probably as much of status as Cassius Ohno had in NXT. Because I was reminiscing the other day about a live show that I got to see in 2019. He was on the card. He took out actually Bronson Reed in considerable fashion, and then said, "I want a greater challenge." Out comes Finn Balor, who had just come back to the brand. So he had played the sort of role of, I'm just cannon fodder for this bigger guy.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think he got released in that COVID wave shortly after.
I remember that. Yeah. And that's what The Rock always says, just know your role. You got to know what role you play. Not everybody can be, Nature Boy 16-time world champion. Sometimes you got to be a Tajiri, collect that money, and everybody looks back on you fondly, after you get done and really appreciate you for what you were at the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
yeah. Shout out Chavo Guerrero.
Guys like that, you know what I mean? Like guys like that, like
and that's your job. At the end of the day, too. Like, being a wrestler, it's an occupation, and you do what you're told to do. Like, it's like if you're told to do the honors, that's what you do. It's like I saw someone making an argument today that Bayley should win the Women's Royal Rumble, and they laid it out as like 4 or 5 points. And one of the points that I just completely fell off my train of thought there. I do apologize.
One of the points they were going to make about Bayley winning the Rumble.
Yeah, I was there. I was trying to think of how I was tying it into what I was saying right before that, though.
Oh, okay.
No pressure. No,
sorry.
No, that's okay. I just gotta double check. Oh yeah, because we had finished talking about the card.
Yeah. Wait, what were we talking about? Oh no, what was going around to everybody?
Well, I'm sick, so that's my excuse.
It's getting late here in parts of it, but we'll sorry about that, guys. If it pops back to me, I'll let it. It happens. That's the joy of live radio, folks. But we'll move on to our mega stars of the night. Gentlemen, who would like to begin this evening with their mega star?
I'll go ahead and take it. It's gonna be real quick. Joaquin Wilde is gonna be my mega star of the night. He is a standout in-ring competitor. I think every time LWO, like among the two, gets in the ring, he gets the spot. He got the tornado DDT tonight. Everybody knows about the huge slingshot plancha the other night. So, and it's something to get the crowd up out their seat, you know what I'm saying? And when you make an NXT crowd saying, holy shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, you did something right. So, Joaquin Wilde, somebody to look out for. And I feel like he was my megastar of the night. He really stood out to me.
I have for quite a while said that Joaquin Wilde and Cruz del Toro have been underrated as a tag team for quite a while, and they continue to prove me right week after week, and I love it. But yes, Joaquin Wilde in particular looked like a star, and I don't mean anything against Cruz del Toro, but I do want to insist. I think it was unfortunate that Joaquin Wilde didn't get the pin in that match. He put on a hell of a show and he deserved the pin, but of course, however the match played out. But no, he in particular looked super strong tonight.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm. Who you got, Tyler?
I tonight have Oba Femi. And I know he didn't wrestle tonight, just came up for the promo, but my God, he looked like a champion.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean? Like
he's solid.
He's got that indefinable X quality, the way he carries himself, the way he speaks, and again, that command he had over an audience, like an immediate command over the audience, and that's something like not to sound too much like Enzo Amore, but you can't teach that.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's something you're able to do or you're not able to do. You cannot learn how to just, get the attention of a mass audience. And I think that he's probably not going to be in NXT that long.
You might see a Solo Sikoa situation where say he pops up on the main roster pretty fast, but he has one of those traits where my band director, rest in peace, he actually passed away, but he told us to always lean forward a little bit, arms back and chest forward, chest puffed out at a 60-40 angle, because that means you will command presence. He commands presence. So once you do that, I think you're in the door, man. And he's 22.
22.
That's unbelievable.
But I think it is his age that's going to keep him down in NXT a little bit longer. I think he's got room for a solid run as NXT North American champion. I think it's something that if you want to build a division around, he's your guy. So they're going to keep him in that division for a while, and then they're going to bump him up to the NXT championship level. I think he's got a solid 2 years in NXT.
You think so?
Bottom side.
Do you think part of this? I don't want to speak to it too much because I don't know the guy, and I obviously haven't heard anything or read anything. But 22 years old. Do you think that part of the reticence they would have bringing him to the main roster would be an emotional maturity?
You know what? It's a lot to ask for somebody to go on the road 300 days a year. Let alone you that young.
Especially if you're going to get pushed as hard as he's going to get pushed. I mean, think about like Brock Lesnar, 20 years old, owns a jet. Like,
hey man, Brock Lesnar, he's one of those special cases. He was built so crazy, like the way he was coming. But Oba Femi might be like up to par with that as well. The size is incredible, but like we don't know how injury prone he is. God forbid anything happen.
Yeah.
You got to think about that. You got to work out the kinks as far as, what I'm saying. It's one thing to perform in NXT. You performing in front of like 20,000 people now. It's a big jump. We talk about pay-per-views and stuff like that. It's just a lot they have to test out in NXT. It's still developmental, even though people kind of want to like not say that. It is what it is. It is. It shouldn't be derogatory. It shouldn't be derogatory.
No. That's why I get mad when people are like, "Oh, like so and so green." Like it's like, yeah, it's NXT.
It's NXT, bro, and they're doing damn well for a national television. You're on TV for a reason. There's a thing with Level Up, and there's a thing with NXT. There's a reason they have Level Up. You know what I mean? But you have to.
You talk about.
I don't know what you mean because I don't think anyone watches Level Up.
Well, I mean, you talk about like developmental shows being on TV. When I was a kid in West Virginia, we were one of the markets that got Smoky Mountain Wrestling.
Oh wow! Wow.
And which was more or less kind of a developmental channel for WWF at the time. But But like
You
like
were
shows
Kentucky before Kentucky.
yeah, there were a few markets in old WV that got it. The old Jim Cornette special there. But yeah, but like I can tell you like NXT for a developmental show is produced like a top notch A tier program, and it's good. That's why
Well, and thank the university for that. Like they're able to
you mean
run
full
a
sale.
course.
Chase you.
Yes, exactly. In tandem with what is the university's name? I can't
Full
actually
Sail.
remember.
Full Sail
Full Sail.
University.
Thank you. Like being able to run a program in tandem with a global sized corporation that specializes in broadcast. Yeah, train them up. That's your next generation of workers, anyways. So invest in that machine, keep it going. Hey, throw this promotion while you're at it, and it works well for everybody. So, yeah, glad to see this NXT keeps going.
Yeah.
I know that kind of got rambly at the end there, but
Hey, I tell you, CJ, who'd you have for your megastar?
my megastar was.
So Joaquin Wilde, I believe.
Were you going on with the Joaquin
Yes.
Wilde? Okay, I wasn't
Yeah,
sure if you were.
Joaquin Wilde.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you were hopping on there, and I didn't know if you had.
I couldn't even remember at this point. But yeah, no, it was Joaquin Wilde.
All right, fantastic.
Hell yeah.
Gentlemen, before we depart here this evening and do our sign-off set, anything else about tonight's show? Anything you're looking forward to next week, or?
I'm ready to see Oba Femi in the ring. I want to see Oba Femi. Maybe
we need to get some more matches for him. That is one thing. We've only seen him in the ring probably a total of about like 12 minutes. Of
he's already champion. Yeah, it's crazy. So Oba Femi and maybe a little bit of Von Wagner. Let's see some in-ring work. Let's see if he continues this comedic side of him. You know what I'm saying? I want to see more of a powerhouse side of him.
They set up at least 3 separate rivalries in this women's battle royal tonight, heading into Vengeance Day and heading into Stand and Deliver. This is really going to beef up the women's division, so I'm looking forward to seeing how that division just continues to grow.
Fantastic.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, gentlemen, it's been a wonderful evening of discussion of NXT. So we'll just go around the table here real quick. CJ, tell the fine folks watching at home where we can find you next and where we can see you.
Well, every week I'm here on NXT Tuesday Rewinds on Dirt Sheet Radio. Every Friday I recap SmackDown with Sam Schluter, the straight shooter. I finally nailed it and won. I'm so proud of myself. And B. Ray Jones as well. So that's a good time every Friday. Hoping to be able to catch the Royal Rumble this year. Hopefully I've got a seat to recap that. If John and I will talk later. Anyways,
God
but
willing,
yeah,
and creek don't rise, as they say.
exactly. Weather willing too. Holy cow, it's -40 up here with the wind chill.
Wait. That's Celsius, right?
Well, I mean, when you get that cold, it kind of comparatively, like I think -42 was comparative to like -47. So it's interchangeable at that point.
Okay.
Yeah, either way, man, you're not feeling your knuckles or anything like that, man. You're numb from the neck down. That's crazy.
I
fathom that.
I won't complain about the like -4 Fahrenheit we had here in Ohio this morning. That is child's play to compared to what CJ's dealing with up there in the Great White North.
-4, I think, is closer to like -18, -20.
Yeah.
That's the day we just had without the wind chill. The wind chill is what brings it down to -40.
Good grief.
Yeah.
All right, Soup, where will the folks see you next, and where can we hear you?
Yeah, you can follow me on IG at Young Suplex or right here on the NXT Dirt Sheet Radio live review podcast every Tuesday as well.
All right, and I, as always, am Tyler, the Pro Wrestling Hipster, at PW Hipster, Twitter, Threads, the Gram, as the youth say. and the Pro Wrestling Hipster on Facebook. And you catch me here every week with CJ and EC Soup doing the NXT review. I do Raw with Caesar and Eduardo every week. Always a fun time. And I'm not sure if I can. I probably would like to declare myself for the Rumble at this point. We'll see, but
he's declaring.
We'll see. Kind of depends. That's why it's a week from Saturday, so it should be able to be off that weekend. We'll find out. But thank you everyone out there for tuning in live, and for everyone who watches us on delay. Have a wonderful night, and we will see y'all next week.
Yeah.
Yeet. Yeet.